First question I have is, how would you describe an emotional mask?
I feel like an emotional mask is something that we put on when we're not comfortable with ourselves. So we walk around wearing this emotional mask, right? And so we don't express ourselves how we need to. We don't operate how we need to as far as being a person, because at the end of the day, we all have stuff that we've gone through. And so what happens is we operate out of fear a lot of the time. So we don't want anybody to see the inward us.
All right. And a second part I have is, when did you stop wearing your emotional mask?
I stopped wearing my emotional mask about 10, 15, well, it started to be removed because it's always a process. It started to be removed about 10, 15 years ago when I really found out, okay, like I don't have to worry about what other people think about me. What people think about me, what people say about me is none of my business. So it came, for me, it came in layers because I also had suffered from anxiety and panic attacks just based on the fact that every time I was out in public, I had social anxiety and I always thought people were judging me. So I had to do a lot of self-talk, a lot of journaling, a lot of writing, started writing this book. So, yeah.
Before we get into how liberating that experience was, right? Can you talk more about social anxiety? Because I hear the term a lot. Can you explain what that is and how it feels?
So for me, I was always super cued in on what people felt about me and what they thought about me. And also to add on to that, part of my spiritual gifting is to be able to discern what people are feeling and what people are thinking. So it was difficult for me to navigate the realm of reality, but also the spiritual aspect of it too. So I was getting it from both sides. So I would have to go to the grocery store at like 5 o'clock in the morning or like midnight, because if I would go in the daytime, by the time I got up to the counter, I was like profusely sweating because I just thought that everybody was hyper focusing on me and judging me. So I would have heart palpitations. I would have panic attacks. I would have anxiety attacks. So yeah, it was crippling. At one point, it was very crippling.
And what was the process like getting out of that?
Journaling. I'm writing a book right now. It's called Journaling to Freedom, and it's how I pulled myself out of anxiety, panic attacks, depression, insomnia. So I did journaling. I also did a lot of self-talk. So as I was out in public, how I overcame being able to come out in the day, being able to come out in the daytime, I would do self-talk inside my head. Nobody's worried about you. They're not judging you. You're okay. That's not your business what they think about you.
And that's a big step from going into that to being in public, sharing yourself
Yes.
and speaking, you know?
Absolutely.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
Also, how liberating was that experience?
You know what? It was so freeing because not only was I able to pull myself out, I also now had the tools in order to help other people. And for me, I'm an encourager, I'm an uplifter, I'm a supporter of other people. Like that's how I thrive, is making sure that everybody else is good. And so the more I was able to dig myself out of that pit, the more I was able to help others. And so and I do it still to this day, every day.